Welcome back to Big Bear's Projects. You might be wondering why the layout's been broken down, and well, it's painting day. I want to put a nice coat of primer down, and we're going to follow some green paint. So without further ado, I'm going to snap my fingers and you're going to see what the primer looks like. And we've got the primer on. Just a small coat of this stuff, nothing too fancy. I had this bucket of Kills 2 left over. There's lots of primers out there to use, but I've used this in the past on stone, wood, metal. Good results, and it dries quick. It doesn't smell too bad. This is just a nice base to be able to get our latex base paint down without trying to soak into the wood. If you've ever painted OSB or plywood, the initial coat soaks in real good, and this primer just gives it a base to soak into. So time to put some green paint down. Here we go. And with some YouTube magic, the tabletop has been painted. Nice green color. Found this can of Valspar Paint and Primer Ultra on that seconds rack for 15 bucks. Can't complain. Usually don't like Valspar. Usually I'm a Sherwin-Williams kind of guy, especially something a little bit better than the Ultra. This is in the middle of the tier, but you know, 15 bucks, especially just for some crappy ground cover, can't complain. And this color is fantastic. I can't believe I found this color just on the projection rack. I was trying to find a swatch that matched this color, and either they were too yellow or they were too gray or blue, and I guess destiny and fate just brought this paint here. The sheen in the video is a little much, I think, because of this window. It's looking really glossy right now, but it's much more matte than, oh my gosh, how glossy that looks. It's much more matte. And of course, you know, once the track's on, it's screwed down, and we had ballast and scenery, that's going to go away. Now that we've done a little bit of painting, feel free to drop a comment on there and say if we should or should not install backdrops. I didn't know if it was going to look good of this layout being against the wall there. Of course, like I said in the first video, we're in the den of my house. House built in the 60s, and we've got some wood plank walls, and we love the wood, but you know, for the layout, it's not great. I'd love to put up some sort of paneling on the back there to paint it like a sky blue or something, just to give a little more depth to the scene instead of just being on the back there. So drop a comment and on this video and tell me what you think I should do. It'll probably be some work to get back there and install, but I definitely want to take my time and do it now before it's too late. There's some other layouts out there that are being built. When they put the plywood down or whatever the substrate is, they put like a foam or some sort of homosote down, and I looked into it, just wasn't satisfied with the options at my local Home Depot and Lowe's and whatnot. And the last video I had, the trains were running right on the plywood, and it created this nice growl. I kind of almost like the way it sounds running on the plywood. It's that hum that goes on when you're running. I don't have all the fancy train whistles and crew talk yet. It's just nice to have like a nice dull white noise as we're letting the trains run. So might get some hate for this. I like the noise. So when we install track work, it's going to be screwed right to the plywood as we apply ballast and other things. That pretty much wraps up this video. I'm sorry to say there won't be any trains running this time because our layout's broken down. But now that everything's painted and we've got a nice base, we'll be able to go ahead and install those dog bones again and really get our crossover switches on the back side of the layout working. We can better integrate the inside and outside loops. Install more switches, start maybe doing some ground cover. I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to kind of take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Make some steps towards that elevated loop track, see if we can get 3 trains running at once, but all exciting things. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great week.